last night felt like a significant Detroit Pistons game. The Knicks ended the Pistons season last year, as all of you know. The Knicks have been around and competing in the East at a high level. Boston's been there. Detroit is the team that's trying to work their way up the ladder. And that was a emotional and a highly emotional and kind of combustible series against the Knicks that the Pistons lost, and that was a bitter pill to swallow. And this year the Pistons have charged out to the best record in the East, and they gave the Knicks their two biggest losses of the season, and those losses always came with yabbits. Yeah, but O.J. Anunoby was out. Yeah, but Karl Anthony Towns didn't play. Whatever it was. This time the Pistons were shorthanded. They didn't have Jalen Duren. They didn't have Isaiah Stewart. And the Pistons went to the Garden against a fully loaded Knicks team and pulled away. Actually, they started to pull away late second quarter. It was a 3-point game with like a minute and a half to go, and the Pistons ran it up to 10 by the half. And I'm not going to say they didn't look back, but they basically controlled the second half for most of it and won the game when it was all over. And as you wake up on Friday, the 20th of February, 2026, everybody's talking about Cade Cunningham's 42-point effort and 13 assist night and taking that game over and providing highlights, from the left-handed dunk to the block dunk of Anunoby that ended up in the dunk wedgie with the ball stuck between the rim and the backboard. And we've played sound bites from you from the ESPN crew this morning, making the case for Cade, fresh face. People are excited about him, quiet personality, loud game. And, JB said after the game, you don't pick an MVP off of one game or one statement. He's been that way all season long. It's just another night for him. And all of that talk. Well, throughout the season, Tim Bontemps of ESPN, NBA writer, does a straw poll for MVP. Current snapshot of the race, using a panel of 100 local, national, and international media members surveyed this week. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
MVP. Where do you think Cade finished in the MVP voting in this straw poll?
I still don't think he's up there enough. Fourth.
He finished third.
Okay.
How many first-place votes do you think he got out of the 100?
6.
Less.
2.
Less.
0.
He got 1.
Oh, we got 1.
Yeah. 1 vote out of 100 NBA writers, local, national, and international. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander got 78. Nikola Jokic got 18. Victor Wembanyama got 3 first-place votes, but finished 4th behind Cade, who got 1 first-place vote. Cade got 1 first-place vote, 9 second-place votes, 38 third-place votes, 37 fourth-place votes, and 8 fifth-place votes. That means 7 people didn't even put him in their top 5.
These people.
What do you now? Voting was done this week, and I'm not sure one game makes that much of a difference. But I bet if they did the same thing today,
it'd probably change a little bit. And I think next week's a big week. If you did a poll after next week and see what he does against San Antonio, Cleveland, and Oklahoma City, see what happens there. I don't want to poo-poo the game that they've got tomorrow night in Hammond, but after that, they've got the big schedule.
Yep. So
how does he do against the best teams in the league?
Kind of interesting. And next week he'll go against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and he'll go against Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Not like mano-a-mano, but they'll play against those teams.
Well, the teams will play.
And then they'll end up playing Cleveland at the end of the week. Like this is a big week next week.
A huge week
for the Detroit Pistons.
And thankfully they get Duren back.
Yes, 248-539-9797. Anyway, Detroit, if you have any reaction to that, we asked people today, look, the Cade game has been getting a ton of love. The Pistons have never had an NBA MVP. He's getting into the mix here. He's got to keep it up. And as you said, next week would be a big week for him. The bigger story is that the Pistons have now handed the Knicks their worst loss, their second worst loss, and last night was their fifth worst loss. And they did it all last night without a starter and a key player off the bench. This time the Pistons were shorthanded and still won rather comfortably. 15 points. Whether it was however you want to describe the game, there was a lot to love out of that game. Outside of Cade, and we'll take your Cade calls if you want, what else stood out to you about the way the Pistons beat the Knicks last night? 248-539-9797. And after the game, J.B. Bickerstaff swore at the podium.
Uh-oh.
Hear what made him...
You damn podium?
No, it wasn't mad at the podium.
Podium?
No, when he was standing at the podium, he swore.
Oh.
He wasn't mad at the podium.
He was testifying?
Sort of.
Oh.
Hear what he had to say today at 12:20. It is Karsch and Anderson on 97.1.